Man, there's a lot of DVDs in this box. Hey everybody, I'm Rick and we do movies and TV shows here, and today I got a TV show for you. This one goes back a ways, but if you're like me and you're an NCIS fan, you're gonna love this. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know NCIS was a spin-off of this show. I'm talking about JAG. That's Judge Advocate General, for those of us who don't know. Now, JAG ran for 10 seasons, and I've got the 10 season box set here. So let's check it out. There's a lot to go through here, but this was a good show, and I'm glad I got it.
So for those of you who don't know, JAG is an American legal drama television series. It ran from 1996 until 2005. JAG is an acronym. It's used in the United States military and it stands for Judge Advocate General. But this show is more than a legal courtroom drama. It's got a lot of action and a lot of fun. It was created by Donald P. Bellisario and is associated with Paramount Network Television, which is now CBS Television Studios. In total, there were 10 seasons, 227 episodes were produced. During its original run, JAG was seen in over 90 countries worldwide. The series follows the exploits of the Washington metropolitan area-based judge advocates, which are uniformed lawyers in the Department of the Navy's Office of the Judge Advocate General, who in the line of duty can prosecute and defend criminal cases under the jurisdiction of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Now this arises from the global presence of the United States Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. Just like Law and Order, the plots from many episodes were often ripped from the headlines, with portions of the plot either resembling or referencing a recognizable aspect of actual cases or incidents. While not part of the mission of its real-world counterpart, some of the main characters are at times also involved, directly and indirectly, in various CIA intelligence operations, often revolving around the recurring character CIA officer Clayton Webb. As for the cast, it stars David James Elliott as Lieutenant Commander and then later Commander Harmon Rabb Jr. for the United States Navy, Catherine Bell as Sarah McKenzie, United States Marine Corps, Patrick Laberteau as Budrick Bud Roberts, United States Navy, seasons 2 through 10, John M. Jackson as Albert Jethro Chigwidden, United States Navy Admiral, Scott Lawrence as Sturgis Turner, United States Navy, and Zoe McKellen as Petty Officer Jennifer Coates. You can bet over 10 seasons there are a lot of faces that would pop up that will look familiar to everybody when you're watching. Several people either have recurring parts or parts as guest stars on single episodes of JAG. Because it's based on the United States Navy and the Marines, most sea episodes are focused on aviation missions, but several are based around submarine warfare. David James Elliott left the show at the end of the 10th season, and the show was subsequently not renewed for the 11th season by the network. The show also introduced new younger characters towards the end in the hopes of considering relocation and a new fictional setting for another naval-based show. It would have been called JAG San Diego. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I saw the episode that had the new characters in it that they were trying to introduce, and I wasn't really feeling them, so I can see why CBS didn't want to pick that up. It just wouldn't have worked. I did like the dynamic and the characters of Harm and Mac. They were real to me, and you could get inside their heads, and the actors really pulled their characters off well. The only thing that I didn't like was the long-standing will they or won't they get together that most TV shows do a lot of. And by the end, you're really rooting for them to get together, but you're left hanging because it never happens. It seemingly happens at the end of the very last episode of the 10th season, but you're still left in doubt, so to speak. That final episode, Fair Winds and Following Seas, which aired April 29th of 2005, Harm and Mac are assigned different stations, Harm in London, Mac in San Diego, and they finally confront their feelings and decide to get married. The episode ends with Bud tossing a challenge coin to decide which one would give up their military career so they could be with the other. However, keeping with that JAG tradition, the outcome of the toss is never seen and the screen fades to black. The two characters of Harm and Mac were brought on for a few episodes of NCIS Los Angeles, and it was later revealed in their 10th season of NCIS Los Angeles, False Flag, in which David James Elliott and Catherine Bell both appeared. Mac won the coin toss, and Harm resigned his commission and moved with her to San Diego, but later they mutually ended their relationship, and Harm rejoined the Navy and is currently serving as the XO on an aircraft carrier. Mac left the Marines to serve as Marine liaison to the Secretary of State at a civilian post. Harm and Mac hadn't seen each other for 9 years up until that point. And in the 11th season premiere of NCIS Los Angeles, they reunite in person, share an embrace, and later renew a discussion of the relationship. Once again, giving us that will they or won't they. And unfortunately, that's where we are left at it today. Characters that we really came to like, but we don't know their fate. Hopefully, they can come back on for another episode of NCIS or NCIS Los Angeles and finally seal the deal. Okay, so here's some fun facts about JAG. It was actually canceled after the first season. Back in 1996, NBC canceled the show. The network had moved it from Saturdays to Wednesdays in the middle of the season, yet it still couldn't succeed against competition like The Jeff Foxworthy Show or Beverly Hills 90210. CBS actually picked up the canceled JAG the following season, and JAG eventually became the foundation of CBS. Because of JAG, it created the third biggest franchise in TV history. A lot of people don't know, but NCIS and its spin-offs are part of the JAG universe. NCIS actually began as a backdoor pilot on JAG during JAG's 8th season. For all you hardcore NCIS fans, look up the two-part JAG episodes in the 8th season, The Ice Queen and Meltdown, and you'll see the backdoor pilot of how NCIS began. To save money, because it's a Paramount production, they use archive footage from other movies with military backgrounds, such as Top Gun, Flight of the Intruder, Clear and Present Danger, and The Hunt for Red October. There were no sound stages. It was filmed aboard real US Navy ships. Alright, now as you saw at the beginning of this video, instead of the individual seasons, this is the complete series box set. It contains all 10 seasons, and they're in 3 different cases. Case 1 is season 1 through 4, Case 2 is 5 through 8, and Case 3 is seasons 9 and 10. Now, the DVDs are very basic and there's minimal artwork, just the JAG wordmark logo, and they're all neatly placed on trays inside the individual plastic case. I like this box set. It fits nice and neatly on the shelf, and it adds a lot of character to my movie collection.
So yeah, make sure if you haven't already, get a copy of JAG. This was a really good show. It's a really good set. I'm glad that I got it. As always, stay positive, stay blessed, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you again soon.